all of the bus drivers, the UPS drivers, the FedEx drivers, to the sanitation workers and the EMS technicians and the postal workers, to the truck drivers who bring the milk that my great-grandson drinks and the bread that I love to the supermarkets, to the plumbers and the electricians, and yes, to even some of the Uber drivers. I would date you. I want you to be real clear. I would date you, and I thank you for being the heartbeat of this country. I really do.
What's up, you guys? It is Mary
and Amma.
We invite you to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below because you all.
Oh, excuses first.
Yeah.
There is rain here, so I'm sure you guys can hear it in the background. So
it's rainy season.
It is rainy season.
Yes.
And it's so amazing here in Tanzania. It will rain for like a full hour or so.
Yeah.
And then the sun will come up. And you will think like, oh, okay, it's going to be a sunny day. It's done that today. I think like this is the fourth go around where it's raining really viciously, and then, well, I should say viciously, it's raining really well.
Yeah.
And vegetation is growing all around us.
Yeah.
Blessing, the earth with the rain. And then the next minute the sun comes out. So this is the fourth go around today. It's just amazing. But yeah.
Yeah.
So the sound is, kind of not as clear. That's what it is.
But we will be talking up loud.
Yeah, we'll be speaking loud.
Yes, but today we are going to be talking about two things. Iyanla came out and she did a PSA to the bus drivers, the FedEx workers, the mailman, the milkman,
and also
the truck
Eboni
drivers
came out too, right?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. She talked to, Iyanla put out a PSA to all of the bus drivers, and then also Eboni came out, and she went onto the Breakfast Club to, in my case, I felt like she was trying to defend herself to the black man, which I thought she should have gone to a show with black women, because I feel like black men at this rate really are just not for black women wanting to date in their tax brackets.
Breakfast Club to me sometimes can be very pandering.
Yeah.
And they're going to go where they
and the men are kind of disrespectful. Like Charlamagne, DJ, Envy, they're both disrespectful from what I've seen. Because I used to watch them all the time, but it just got to a point where I couldn't really watch them anymore.
I think I watched them a few times and then I couldn't anymore.
She went there. Well, I first want to address Iyanla first. For me, Iyanla went on there, and to me, it just seemed as if it was giving pick-me energy, if I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying? And it just felt like she was pandering. I felt like the question she asked, Eboni, it was kind of like a got you question. It wasn't really her coming from a nurturing place.
No.
Because she was vulnerable, she was open, she shared with Iyanla her struggles and what she's going through.
Exactly.
And instead of her taking that in, nurturing and respecting that she was vulnerable and open with her, she decided to ask her a got you question.
And instead of her covering her.
Which I
expect an elder woman to do.
She didn't.
For a younger woman. I expect us to cover each other, and we don't.
Yeah, so it's kind of like she threw her under the bus. And now she's doing this whole PSA to black men, yes, I would date you. But in the same breath, she goes and she states all of her accomplishments. She says she's a lawyer. She's won an Emmy. She's been on New York Times several times. She's an author. She has all these amazing accomplishments. But she says, yes, she will go and date a bus driver. Now, I want to make this very clear.
She was trying to say to Eboni, I have accomplished more than you.
Right.
Yet, even I will date a bus driver that you look down on, which was not the case because Eboni had already said her mom was a bus driver for several years.
And the thing is also I want to address, it has nothing to do with a bus driver or a FedEx worker or a truck driver not being dateable. That is not what she's saying. No one is putting down the working class, whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like, I was a lifeguard for many years.
That was not what she was doing.
That's not what she was doing. But in a sense, Iyanla completely pushed that to the side. Said, oh, let me get her with this question. And the issue with Eboni is that she looks down on the working class. That's not it. At
No.
the end of the day, Iyanla, you have decided that you want to date a bus driver. You said if he's happy in what he does, you don't mind building with him. And if you don't mind building with him,
Building him.
because my thing is, you're not building with him at all. You are actually building him up. Because one, you are probably a millionaire. Like, let's be honest. You are an author. You have a law degree, and then also you have several other degrees as well.
Exactly.
A man who is a bus driver who also does not have a college degree, it's not going to understand some things. I feel like we have experienced this in our own life. Like, where we have, like, family friends who went and they have a college degree. They get with somebody who does not have a college degree.
I mean, that person, with me.
Yeah, and the person does not understand the importance of going to college. They don't see the value. They don't understand the hard work and having to go to college, having to go to exams and all that other stuff. So it's a different thing. Also, Iyanla, you just aren't going to be building with. You're going to be building him up because he, one, is not on your level. I feel like what Eboni is saying is that she wants to be with somebody who provides.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you did not even ask her what she wanted in a man. You just immediately said, would you date a bus driver?
Exactly.
Eboni probably does not want to date a bus driver because she doesn't want to have to go and give her man an allowance and come help build him up.
No.
If that's what you want to do, that's fine. I don't know if it's working for you, but that's not what she wants to do.
Right.
She wants to marry somebody or be with somebody who's in her same tax bracket.
Yeah.
Like, so when we go and I just say, hey baby, I want to go and be in a penthouse suite, he understands that. He doesn't have to go and look at his wall and be like, well, I can't afford $5,000 a month in rent. But if that's what she has been accustomed to, that's maybe what she's going to want to continue to do. She doesn't want to go to a man who can't provide her getting her nails done or whatever. Or she doesn't want to go to a man who can't provide his children to go to a private school or maybe going traveling around the world.
Exactly.
Like, there are certain things that a woman wants. Like, for me personally, when I will want to be able to have a man who can actually provide a better life than I had when I was growing up, where I'm traveling with my children. My daughters get to go and have their they get to have their daddy dates with their father at least once a week. They go and they get pampered with their mom at the nail salon. Like, you show her the importance of taking care of herself. You show her the importance of going to work out, taking care of yourself, putting yourself first, self-care.
I mean,
all of that.
It
brings opportunities
true.
And stuff like that. And she probably does not want to have to look at her man and be like, well, I make more than him, but I don't want to, it's like, in a sense, she's going to have to provide for him if he is not in the same tax bracket than her. She wants to be with a man who is on her level financially. If you don't mind building up a man, then that's your business. But there's nothing wrong with a woman saying, a black woman, saying that I don't want to date a bus driver.
Exactly.
Like, let's not sit down here and lie. Like, black women, we have just posted a TikTok, and I'm going to put it here for you guys. Black women basically saying, like, I don't mind as long as he has a plan. Like, black women, he doesn't even have to have a job, like, at all. I mean, like, black women have been sitting down here basically giving black men everything they want just for them to go and spit on them, stand on their necks, and then go be with their preference when the black woman has built him up to where he can now go get a woman like that. Because let's be honest, if you would not go and ask a white woman that, because a white woman will probably laugh at you. Because a white woman or any other race of women, I just think it's with black African American women,
certain
background
or
culture,
and they're in a certain tax bracket. Like, this is not even a question that comes up among not just Caucasian women, but really any other woman in the world.
Yeah, any other woman.
You will not even find anyone here in Africa who is in a certain tax bracket, who is wealthy, and they come from a family that's educated. And even when they don't come from a family that's educated, especially here in Africa, they recognize the importance of education. Facts. So when you are going to go and get married, the parents want you to get married to someone. If they were not educated, they want you to get married to someone who's educated.
Absolutely.
Who is going to college, who's getting a higher degree. You know what I'm saying? And who has money. Like, when you go to meet a woman's family in most places in Africa, you go to meet a family, the first thing they're going to ask you is your education, your money,
how much you make a year,
your family background. Like, that's what they're going to ask you.
That's like,
that doesn't mean that they're gold diggers. That just means that they have sense. They understand how this world is now.
Yes.
And how it was before. They understand the importance of all of that stuff. So But I really have an issue with Iyanla being an elder, a black woman, asking a younger black woman that. And you are right when you say you have this masculine energy, or you used to. And I want to say,
I remember her
you don't
saying that
have
she was a great
nurturing
father,
in
not a
you.
good mother. Is that what she said? She said she was a great father, she was not a good mother.
Well,
That was her own word.
A
And
great
I feel like,
father is not just a father who instructs.
yeah,
A great father is also someone who doesn't break, right? And the way you dealt with Eboni, from one elder to the next, from one black woman to the next, you didn't cover her, you didn't nurture her, you did not, and it's really, and now what you're doing with this, your stuff that you just came out with, the milkman and all this stuff, all these working class that you say that you will date, what you're trying to do,
you're trying to let people go for her.
well, not only that, it just really, it really speaks to what I'm just saying.
Yeah.
What you're showing, and it's sad because Iyanla for the longest time for me has been like a hero to me. I'm the one who introduced her to you.
We
I have
watched
read all of
almost
her
every
books,
single episode. We have her
and
books.
this is
all
way
that.
before she even got on Oprah.
Hello.
I was reading her books,
Yeah.
and so for me, this is
Heartbreaking.
well, it's sad,
Very
but
sad.
I did see some of this when we were
We're watching the
Fix
show.
Your Life.
Yeah.
I saw some of this lack of nurturing that you're doing. And I'm not going to speak too much on it because I'm not trying to beat you down either. Okay? But when you do stuff like this is something honestly you could have said to her when you saw as an elder and someone who is as intelligent and as aware as yourself, and you saw where the conversation was going. You could have covered her and just been like, we can talk more in depth, one-on-one, because this interview, is too short for, I really want to talk to you about some of the things that you're saying that you really want to work on or fix about yourself.
Yeah.
But I will not have, and remember the last time when we talked, I said that I felt like that question was a got you question, right?
Yeah, it was.
And you're just proving that now. The fact that
you made a whole separate video on
exactly,
Instagram.
even though this has passed, Iyanla,
And you see people are
here
attacking
you
her.
are again, standing now.
She's putting gas on the fire.
Exactly. And now you want to, really what she's trying to do is say, yes, this woman actually doesn't like the working class. And that's not the case. Like, deep down, you actually know that's not the case. What Ebony's trying to say is that we should not just settle for mediocrity. I remember a very, very, very smart man. He's one of the smartest men I feel in this world. And he has the, acclaims behind him. But he said to me, and I was saying to him, well, I just tried my best. I was trying to accomplish something. I said, I tried my best. And he said, okay, you put a limit on it. I said, no, my best is not a limit. That's my best. And he said, that's a limit. When you say you tried your best, there is a limit that's called your best. You don't know what your best is as a human being. Because we are created. We have immense potential that the Creator has given us. So we don't really know what our best is. We don't really know what our potential is.
Right.
It's measureless, right? And so that's what Ebony is trying to say. We need to stop as black people, especially it's black men she's talking about, because the women they seem to have no problem getting the degrees, getting the jobs,
excelling for
navigating, excelling.
Yeah.
And what she's saying is she's calling on men. And she said men of all races, because she has been with men of all races, she said.
Well, not all races, was
but,
white.
She's been with not just black men.
Yeah.
And she's saying that, there's this mediocrity, this willingness to just settle. And that's all she is saying. I know some of the most classy people. Some of them are janitors.
Yeah.
One of the classiest people I know, she's actually a janitor. For me, class is about manners. That's what
Absolutely.
class is. It's you having manners, you having some kind of character. Okay, Trump has money, he doesn't have
no
any
class.
class, right?
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who have money and they don't have no class. And Didi's there has money, he ain't got no class, right? So what I'm saying is that, but Iyanla, you didn't cover her as a woman, shame on you. One elder to the other, shame on you. You didn't cover her as a woman. I expect you to at least to do that. And the fact that you're out again with this narrative to push the narrative that she hates working class, which is not the case. It's not the case. And deep down, you know that that's not the case. Okay? How can she hate the working class? Her mom is part of the working class.
It's that bus driving money probably is what helped her to get to where she needs to get to.
And the other thing, that's why she works so hard. Because she knows how it feels when you are in that working class, the struggles that you have to go through. She understands that, and that's why she is where she is. You could have counseled her on that to say, beloved, this is why probably you put so much emphasis on this, on your assets and your wealth. And it's great, it's giving you opportunity, but maybe your mind is skewed just a tad. You could have talked to her in that vein on her own one-to-one. You chose not to. You chose to do a very low-hanging fruit thing. Would you date a bus driver? Got you question. And then now you're standing there talking about all the things that you have done. Because now you're trying to put you against her. You're older than her. Yes, you're 20 plus years probably older than her. You should have more. You should have done more than she did. But now you're saying all of these things as if to say, look at me and look at her. Yet I will date a working class person and she hates a working class person. That's how it sounds to me. And what it says, which is sad, is that you have not learned what you were supposed to learn when Oprah was trying to assist you. And you were filled with a mindset, you lacked the humility to see the long game of what she was trying to do. And when you came back to apologize to Oprah, remember what you said. I couldn't hear you, beloved, because I didn't love myself. So I couldn't see what you were trying to do for me. But that arrogance, that thing of look at me is still in you. It's still something that you have to work on. And this is your sister to you, someone who has looked up to you for very long. I'm disappointed. I don't expect that from you. And what I hope that you will do, hopefully someone will see this and tell you, what I hope you will do, Iyanla, is one, maybe come back out to put out the fire that you started.
Yeah.
And maybe genuinely reach out to your sister, Eboni. Because this that just happened here should not be happening. But this is the problem, especially in our community, with black women. We can't cover for each other. We're so busy covering for the men who most of the time leave us uncovered. Who most of the time leave us unprotected. I don't want to say most of the time, because most of the black men I know are actually great people.
Yeah, we have great quality men in our family.
It's people that I'm seeing out here on YouTube, right? People in the manosphere, the red pill guy, the passport bros, and I'm like, oh my God, what is going on in the black community, right?
To me,
so I don't want to say most, because I don't know most black men, and the ones I know, I wouldn't say most. It will even be half, right?
Yeah.
It will be maybe a tiny little amount. But what I'm saying is that what I am seeing out here on YouTube in the space, they're not covering us black women. It has to start with us covering each other, covering for each other, willing to really teach each other. And we need that from the elders. The elders should not be in competition with the youth. She's 40, you're 60 something, I think. Okay? So I am not expecting this, and I want you to stop it right away. Right away, Iyanla. Right away. You need to stop.
I mean,
And you need to check yourself. And you need to, it's a searching. It's a searching that you must do. But this is not okay. And Eboni, stop going around trying to talk to men. We invited you on our show. This is where you need to come. You don't go on our show, find another show, go to, what's her name? Sinji. Yes, go to Sinji, right? If you don't want to come on our show, I mean, we're a small, tiny show. But you will have some good questions and we will write in the ship for you. But you don't have to come here. You can go to Sinji. There are a lot of wonderful black female women shows, right? That are out there that you can go to. Or you can go to just any woman show, right? But go to a woman who's pro-woman. Stop going around talking to men, especially these people on Breakfast Club. Of all the people, why? They're not even letting you speak. And they're trying to say that you don't like the working class. And they want to distract you and take you out on this little tangent. It's not that they don't understand what you're saying. The woman was speaking English. That anyone who can comprehend will understand what she was saying. She did not say that she cannot stand the working class and she doesn't want them around her and she doesn't appreciate what they do for our world or our country. She did not say that. They understand exactly what you're saying. I understood it. I'm 50 years old. I'm sure someone younger than me will understand it clearer because the younger ones are even smarter. So they understand. You don't have to defend anything. Certainly not with some DJ envy. Is that man even black?
I don't know. But
with that other rude one, Charlemagne. Charlemagne is just a panderer. But DJ Envy is very rude. He's very rude. He doesn't give people time to talk. You don't hate working class people. You're just telling people not to settle. Isn't it the same thing Ben Carson was saying, that neurosurgeon? A lot of people, Tony Robbins also talks about that. You know what I'm saying? Not just settling for stuff, especially when you're young. And that's what she is saying. And she has every right to say that because a lot of times we actually just settle. And Iyanla, if you really wanted that bus driver, you will not be trying to build him. If he was really happy driving the bus, you will leave him driving the bus. You will let him continue to be a bus driver while you're dating him. If he's happy driving the bus, as you say. And if you're happy with him, how he came.
Well, can I also
makes
my
no
thing
sense.
Is also, I feel when she said date, I think it's very interesting because I'm just
not
realizing
married.
now that she said she would date. She didn't say she would marry. So as far as I'm concerned, I feel like when you say that you will marry somebody, that means you are giving them the highest honor. Like you're allowing this person to be in your space forever.
Oh, okay.
You're not really saying that you want to marry and build a life with this person.
Maybe because she knows a lot of these men out here are not trying to marry nobody. They're
My
just
thing
trying
is,
to be
I
out
just
here
feel like
acting the
what
plum
it seemed
fool.
like to me, because I actually am seeing
Ebony
this
wants
a lot.
a husband.
It seems,
you want to date.
It seems like to me that a lot. I mean, because this is what I kind of see. It seems as if like we're kind of seeing this thing like sometimes. Because even like when I watch like Sinji or whatever, I kind of see some of the women are what's the word? It's mainly the older black women who are basically trying to continue this black male worshiping culture, where it's like, you know, I'm okay with the black man doing whatever. If he doesn't want to do this or whatever, I'm going to continue to stay there and hold him down. And as far as I'm concerned, that has not actually helped
because the man
any
is
black woman
holding him hostage.
You see where the black man has been. You can look at the NBA. And that's, I mean, like, wasn't it one year where they had nothing but biracials come in as the draft pick?
Wasn't that last year?
Wasn't that last year?
That was last year.
So as
well, that's the reason why.
Because they were like, "Where's all the black people?"
Yeah. I think like there was a time in the NBA when I started watching it in the 1990s. Those players,
yeah,
it's like they were all on this. I really want to say colorist thing.
Yeah,
but they were dating, women who, did not look like them. Sometimes it comes from self-hatred. Minister Farrakhan spoke about that before. The other people who have spoken about that before. Black people we have our issues. I'm not going to go deep into all of that. But now what has happened is those children have grown up, right? They're like in their mid-20s and whatever. They're getting into the NBA. So you see those kids coming down. And it's funny. Yeah, they were all biracial. And it's funny because you have the players now.
Well, you even have
a lot of them
actually
do have black women now. A lot of them are dating, black women.
Well,
but they're looking at them and they were just kind of like, where are all the brothers? Oh, these are, they were just, and that's what occurred.
I just feel like it has not really been beneficial. I feel like the older generation, they really don't understand. Like, and not all of them, but some of them. Like, I would say kind of like
my
majority.
Generation has been so incredibly loyal to a fault.
Right.
To black men. And just that, when you talked about the NBA, in that day, in that time, they were really not looking our way at all. But we just remained so loyal. And we're always so loyal. But I want women to be loyal to each other first. Let's start with ourselves.
Yeah, I just think that's the issue. You have the older women who are not really used to this whole thing of like younger black women actually wanting to have their standards high, and it's not even for me personally, I don't even think that's about keeping standards high. I just think it's their standards. If you want to take the bus job, that's your business. If I don't think it works for you, but if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But if a woman says, hey, I am somebody who wants to date somebody of a certain tax bracket, I want that person to have a certain job, I want this person to have certain values and experiences, that should be it. It should not be some worldwide debate where we have black men coming in our comment section and then also on Twitter coming at Eboni talking about how, she's not desirable because she's 40 plus years old and all this bota bata and
I know Tamron got married. She was past 40.
My thing is also not all men have this weird thing of wanting to go and be with some 20-year-old, be with somebody who could be their daughter. Okay, not all men are sick, and I'm not saying that men
men. Those would be the older men.
Like I remember, I watched a paternity court where this guy was 32 years old, and he had gotten with an 18-year-old, had her on a string for 8+ years.
Right.
Like not all men want to deal with a younger woman. Some men actually want to have a woman who has seen things, someone who is also older, someone where they can share the same experiences. It's not every older man that wants to go and start a whole new life. Because when you go and you with a 20-year-old, like someone my age or something, you actually have to put it into consideration. She's going to want kids. She's going to want to do this. She's going to want to do that. She's going to want to do this. Because, I've experienced all this. And I want to start all over. And some men actually don't want to have to become a father all over again at 40, 50.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned, people say that in the comment section, you are an illiterate. As far as I'm concerned.
Well, they're delusional.
To think that's what all men want.
Woman is looking for you.
It might be this
also. Something woman is not looking for you.
Wallahi, I'm
for your pockets, okay?
Wallahi, I'm telling you, from a 24-year-old who has been in college and all this stuff, women our age are not looking at someone who's older. Really, we are not. Not like for like love and care and affection, all that. If it's for anything, maybe it'll be for money. But even me personally, like
32 was too old. 33, 34 was too old.
Yeah, really, I honestly, the oldest I would go would maybe be 10 years. But that's literally the most. Yeah. That's literally the most. Yeah. But I would not go for someone who's 40 or anything.
And he better have himself together at that
Absolutely. Age. If you are older, you best believe be having all your damn ducks in a row. Because I ain't finna be with no 34-year-old who's sitting on his mama's couch.
I know someone right now who keeps on trying to get the younger women. It seems as though he has a new woman every 4 months. Because they leave him once they realize you working paycheck to paycheck, you ain't got it like that. They're gone. They're like peace. Yeah. They get what they can from you and they're gone because women these days actually do They do want it all.
My thing is,
And
women actually want somebody who provides and protects. At the end of the day, black women and are tired of having to provide for a man. They're tired of having to cook, clean, take care of kids, raise kids up, and all this bota bata, and then we still have to go and work a job or work two jobs to do all that. Who the fuck actually wants to go and do that? Like, wants to actually work in several jobs and then go take care of kids on their own. Like, what man do you know is actually going to want to do that? Even men would not want to do that.
Let's
You
just
saying
do
a
case
woman?
in point. Let's do case in point. Can we just? I want to say this and then we'll close.
Oh, I wanted to say something else.
Okay, go ahead.
But I just think it's ridiculous.
Yes.
Like, for
Yes.
men, period, to
Yes.
be coming at a woman for her choice. Because
I know,
when you guys
it's her
go
choice.
for a Caucasian
My
woman, you're
goodness.
not even asking her, will you accept me as I am with no job? Like, you guys aren't doing that. The fact that you guys are coming so hard, it is a colorist
You know
and it's
something?
a racist issue as far as I am concerned
We do
amongst
have-
black people.
You know
And then
something?
also, I feel like with
Yes.
Iyanla, I felt what she did is because
Yeah.
because I don't know, maybe
so
she is
disappointed.
sad that she has not found somebody or whatever, or maybe she is like tired of the younger generation talking about I don't want a man who's like this or whatever. So maybe it's her pride or whatever. But to me, it seemed like she threw her under the bus so she can go and pander to black men. That's what it sounded like
And
to
then
me.
decide
It's
to
like
throw
you
some
decide to throw a
gasoline.
woman under the bus for
Yeah.
a man that you don't even have currently. I don't know. Maybe she does, maybe she don't. But as far as I'm concerned, I felt like it was in poor taste, and it was actually quite disgusting. When I went onto her Instagram, because I actually follow her, and I saw this, I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
I could not believe it.
I know.
And also, Ebony, I don't think she should be wasting her time with those people.
Please don't.
But I
Don't
just,
go anymore
at
to
this
any
point,
male podcast. If you want to say anything else, Ebony, I have told you some of these women who you can go to if you don't want to come to us.
I have sent you a
We
DM,
do think you should come to us. We will help you right in the ship really well.
and it'll be a great show.
And it'll
for
be
sure.
a great show, okay?
But I
and
do.
you'll have your opportunity to say what it is that you...
And speak your
and
piece
speak your
without
piece.
being interrupted.
Exactly.
The way DJ Evie did, because I just thought that was so disgusting. Like that man was like,
Yeah.
like
I wanted to do a little case in point. We watched that show, Love and Huntsville Marriage. You see these women, Kim, for example, we're so excited. She beat cancer. Woo! We're very excited about that. But here was Kim working with her husband. I think she's a nurse. So she's working full time. Okay? So she's bringing in some money, right? And then she's cooking. She's also cleaning because remember he was complaining to the doctor. They saw her coming to have,
sex with him.
sex more than the one time that they've already had sex because they have sex every day, right? They saw her doing it more than the one time. She will go and clean,
Well, she said
and
she cleans right after.
so she cleans, she cooks, she's working full time, giving you sex every day, and the selfish man wanting more than once a day. It's like,
and then she ends up with
and then
cancer.
what does he do? What does he do? Like, what do you do apart from the work that you do? Because she's working too. What do you do?
Well, besides
And she's
complaining
also
and
helping.
harassing her for
She also
sex,
helps
that
in
she's
his
that probably
business.
is not even
like,
good.
It's so ridiculous. What are you doing for this woman instead of causing her stress? And in a sense, I was happy, like, not about the cancer, but just happy that I hope that she got the rest also that she needed. Like, just shame on him. And then who is the other one? Let's talk about Martell. Because with a lot of black men, they'll say, oh, these men are high value just because of the money they bring in. Look at Martell. Martell is there. Melody works, has 4 children. She cooks. We saw her. Cooked when they were together.
Yeah.
Cooking, cleaning, working like a workhorse. The license was with her. All the creativity and stuff. She was the one who was doing that when they all had the business together. Okay? And then you want to complain because she's not maybe
Giving you
doing some of the
fellatio.
things that you need her to do. Whatever the hell that is, apart from sex. Like, you don't want it to be boring. You want to do other things. Like, this is the nonsense I'm talking about. You have amazing women, but you got to kill them first. Like, they got to die. They have to be exhausted Like, and then even when they are, you will be putting them down. Look at Real Housewives of Potomac. What's that girl's name with that idiotic man who cheats? What's her name?
Michael, Darby, Ashley.
Robin.
Robin.
Robin
Oh,
and
yeah.
her cheating husband. Look at him. The time when she was depressed, which we did not know that he had been cheating.
But
That's
she knew.
why she was depressed, laying in bed. The man had the nerve to come in and tell her about her laying about. And he doesn't know if he can be taking this anymore. Can you imagine? And your butt has been sitting in that house. This is before he married her. And she paying the bills. Do you see what I'm saying? As soon as she has built him up a little bit, he's gotten a little bit of her money. What does he do? What does he do? Start putting her down. So you can go build a man if you want to. But I promise you,
It will break you.
One, it will break you. Two,
He will not
he
be
will
breakable.
break you if you've not broken. And three, he's going to leave you anyway. Iyanla, you have been trying, building men, but they're still not around. You're still not married. So, you know.
And I also just want to close out with this point. For black women,
Mhm.
I do not think that we should be sitting down here pandering to black men. I don't
Absolutely
think we
not.
should be sitting down here
No.
crossing our legs, hoping and praying that a good
No.
black man comes our way.
No.
I think all of that is stupid. I
It
think
is.
it's
It is.
foolishness.
It
It
is.
is okay to want to have a black man,
Yeah.
but for you to sit down and say that I'm going to close off all my options because that's who I want
Yeah.
and that's who I desire to be with, is foolishness because your soulmate might not even be black.
Yeah.
As far as
yeah.
I'm concerned, be open to all races. Be open to trying new
Young
things.
Miami.
Yes. I mean, the fact that she said she will, I mean,
What
you
is her
have a
actual
man,
name? I don't
her
like
name is
calling
Carisha.
Carisha.
She has this black man who's peeing on her, and you're talking about how you couldn't be with a white man.
Maybe, yeah,
I
but
mean-
that's a very important point. What if your soulmate, what God has for you, it doesn't come in black skin?
Yeah,
So,
and then even to
yeah.
Roger B. Henson, sitting down there still waiting on a black
yeah,
man.
she
That's why I
is.
say sometimes it's the older generation. I don't think they're as open to the new possibilities. I think that's because that's how they grew up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I just feel like at the end of the day, we need black women, especially. We need to be open,
Yeah.
and we need to be willing to be
And,
with other
let's
races.
really start the process of covering each other.
Yeah,
Before you go and start covering a man, women, cover each other.
yeah,
Cover each other. Cover each other. The reason why I'm telling Iyanla this in this setting is because you've done it in this setting. But it can be fixed. Righting the ship. Just stop where you started doing what you're doing because it's wrong and you're on the wrong about this.
and it ain't cute.
So
It ain't cute.
stop where you are, reach out to your sister, and you guys righting the ship. If you can't, reach out and we can assist.
Yes, our email is down below, and it's on our about page.
Yeah.
And I will link my Instagram.
Okay.